your first round of chemo. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And why did you want to come so bad? I mean, it's just that's because if you're going into chemo, that's the last thing you want to say is I want to fly from Jacksonville to Miami. What was that? What were your thinking, and what was it going on in your spirit?
Couple things going on. Well, first, I'm an IFBB bikini pro, not figure.
Bikini pro.
I wish I had enough muscle to do figure, but not gonna happen. But as anything in life, if you want to conquer and take on something, you have to first be prepared for it. And in talking to you, I knew that my body was healthy when I found out I had cancer. That was not a problem at all because I was, very, very healthy. What I needed was my mind and my spirituality fine-tuned. And I knew that listening to your story, and we met years before, that you were so inspiring that I knew right then and there that I needed to vamp up my spirituality. I needed to vamp up my energies, mental energy, because this wasn't going to be for me. I knew it wasn't going to be a physical challenge as much as it was going to be a mental challenge for me. So I knew right away, okay, I was already in great shape. I needed to get my mind in shape for this because it is for 6 months. It has been a mental challenge, more than a physical challenge, to be quite honest. It's a mental, and it still is a mental challenge for me. But I came out of it so much better because I prepared in coming to see you in that seminar before it even started. So you prepped me up like a prep on a competition. So I was ready. I came in ready, swinging, willing to fight, and I sailed through it. And I have you to thank for that. So.
Well, I got a chance to see her, and I gave her the biggest hug. And it was 6 months ago. And to fast forward 6 months later, we had an opportunity right after after your chemo round, right? We did an interview as well. And we went live on Instagram just to show with people like right after her chemo. And now as of yesterday, she did her last round of radiation.
Right, yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
So we have been ringing a lot of bells lately,
Tell me.
And, for me, the first thing was, again, I felt right off the bat that I felt you were going to beat this. And then you had breast cancer. What kind of breast cancer was it?
Invasive ductal carcinoma, right breast.
Okay. And the doctors were always very positive with you, right?
Very.
Okay.
Because we caught it early. I caught it early. I felt it. I had a mammogram in January of 2019, at the end of January. And then 10 months later, in October, I felt one, but there were actually two masses, two tumors in my breast that within 10 months had grown. So, yeah.
Well, for me, the first question that has always come to mind is something that I've been asked before. You see the picture behind me, and you never, thank God, and I told you this, you're never going to even go through this. This is not for you. This is not even you. Probably didn't going to look. I thought maybe you won't even lose your hair. Who knows? But I didn't know how much chemo you were going to do, and that's going to happen, right? But I did tell you that. I think keep your body strong. If I could work out, you certainly can work out, and you did work out during your chemo. And you had an amazing husband that was very supportive. I haven't had a chance to talk to your daughter. We've had a chance to text each other, and I just always wanted to share with her. Listen, I'm here if you ever need a big brother, and just know that you have someone else to talk to because I know that's difficult. But talk to us today about that physical, because I have, but I want people to hear you talk about it. Why is this so difficult for us after we fight so hard to build a physique, right? And all of a sudden we go through this, I don't want to say depression, but we go through this period where we just don't think of ourselves anymore the way we were because we lose hair, we lose muscle.
We're not. We are not that person. We are, and it's so funny because I never realized the impact this was going to do on me, because before, as a competitor, we're all a little bit vain, obviously, because we're all about the physique and the body and how you look, and we go, and it's judges, what they tell you, you need to build this up, and you do this, and you do this, and this, and you go and you work at it or whatever. Well, when you strive so hard to build, and I've been doing this for years to build my physique up, and to be told that, oh, you have cancer and you're going to have to go through 4 rounds of chemotherapy and 7 weeks of radiation and 2 surgeries, and right then and there, all those years of building your body up, it will change just like that, and it is out of my control. And what are you going to do? And the first thing I had to really do, and that's another reason why I came to your seminar, is I had to learn to accept that I'm not going to look the same. I'm not going to be the same person that I was when I was competing. I'm not going to, look the same. To this day, I still look in the mirror. I don't recognize myself. And so my daughter just walked in. Sorry.
It's okay.
Don't bring the dog bark. That was the hardest thing, is I just no longer recognize myself, even to this day. But I've learned to I've accepted that I may not on the outside look the same, but I'm the same person, and I've learned a lot about myself. So, and I will build that body back up. It may not look exactly the same. It's going to be a new, improved, better version. So.
Well, I think even in the seminar, but I need my story enough to know that I did speak about one day I woke up and walked to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, and I was 100. I think at the time I wasn't 124. I was like 126 or 128. This is before I decided to go to the gym. I decided to go to the gym at 128 pounds. So I looked in the mirror and I couldn't stop crying because I looked at it was gone. My hair was gone, my eyelashes, my eyebrows. I have long eyelashes. I've always been very proud of them. And just the things you're proud of, it didn't matter anymore. I'm like, it's over, it's done. And I'm looking at this and I compare it to E.T. And I think E.T. is cute. Don't get me wrong. I love that movie and I love E.T. But I compare it to E.T. because of the way people looked at him.
Yes.
And it's just an extraterrestrial. We don't even know what this is. It's not an animal. It's not. And my skin color, hairless, just filled with blisters and things like that. It's just like it was something that I'll never forget. And there's a reason why we don't forget, right, Weezie? I mean, if it was easy to forget, then it wouldn't be that memorable. And if it's not that memorable, then what the heck did it happen for? If it didn't happen to change me. And I think that I've changed not only physically. Yes, I'm back to over 200 or whatever pounds I am now, but again, it's about internally I changed, spiritually I changed, and physically I changed. Everything was a change. So I certainly would think that would happen to you even.
Absolutely. And that's been the most amazing thing, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. So for me, my journey, it's kind of funny. I kind of went the opposite way. I didn't lose weight. I gained weight. I said, oh my gosh, who in the world goes through cancer, chemo, radiation? And I put on 15 pounds, and even though I work out and all.
The water weight and...
It's the water weight, and I think that they have changed so much in the cancer treatment today than they did years ago when you went going through it. Now they give you so many steroids.
Correct.
So you get, huge. So you can't eat. They put you on so many meds that, you're not nausea. So it's just, it was a very strange thing for me, because I always thought that, oh God, I'm going to get really thin and frail looking. And on the contrary, I got puffy, and I'm like, oh, this, my pants aren't fit. They're fit a little snug. And that really messed with my mind as well, But however, I remembered your seminar and just being inside of my own head and knowing my own body, that I allow myself grace and said, you know what, let my body heal. And if I gain 20, 30 pounds or whatever, my body it needs it. This is the time where I'm not going to be focused on the scale. I'm not going to be focused on how many miles I run or how many minutes I spend on a treadmill. This is not the time for that. This is the time that I need to push pause. I need to heal my body from the inside out, because if I don't, I'll never get to what I want to do. So it was kind of like a pause for me, and like I said, an acceptance that this isn't, I don't recognize myself. This is a new version of myself. And once I got evolved to accepting myself now, I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, that's me now, whereas before I didn't. I had long red hair. Now, then I went to bald, and now it's coming back white, and, but I am accepting it. This is me. This is a new me, a new version, a better version is what I'm telling myself, but things change. We change. We're not stagnant, and I'm learning, about myself throughout this whole journey as well, which is a good thing.
The quarantine, we talked about this on the phone, but the quarantine, I went through my quarantine. This is nothing compared to what I went through, because that quarantine of going through chemo and things like that is a very different quarantine, because you can't really do a lot. So, and I was weak. So for you, you already had kind of a quarantine already. So nothing really changed directly, right?
Not at all. Everybody keeps, everybody's society is all like, oh, there's quarantine, and this, we don't want to be self-isolation or whatever. And I understand that it is very strange for people, because when I first started out, I didn't like it either, but I've been in quarantine since November.
Correct.
I've been doing this, chemotherapy, wearing masks, not, be careful of where my surroundings, and, staying out of big spaces, a lot of people's surroundings and hospitals and stuff like that. This has been going on now for me for 6 months, and,
Correct.
Society's going on for what, a month or two? Okay. Call me back in 6 months, and I'll talk to you about it,
It's all about perspective, right? I mean, we look at it as perspective.
It's not easy, and my quarantine started, 6 months ago, and it wasn't by choice. So I get it. It's hard for people, but you know what? Make the best of it.
What did you learn about yourself? I mean, we've talked a lot more than we thought we would, right? And I've kept in contact with you. Just want to make sure that you're, if I can bring a smile, I want to bring a smile to your face and just keep you kicking in, right? But what did you learn about yourself through this journey?
I learned about myself is we have a choice when we wake up in the morning. We can either be positive, or you can be, negative, or feel sorry for yourself. And I learned that I am a positive person. We may not have choices in what God sends us every day, but we do have a choice on how we perceive it and how we react to it. I chose to be positive. I'm choosing every day to be positive, to help other people. I've gotten into so many conversations with people that I've never even met around the country through social media, and encouraging them that are going through this same journey that I just finished. And I remember not knowing, what to expect. And, the physicians can tell you this, you're going to do this, this, this. That's great, but I want to know from somebody who has been there, who's actually been there, has had the chemotherapy, the drugs in their body. What does it really feel like? Because even I'm in medicine, so I know the textbooks. I can give you textbook answers to any questions my patients may have. However, having not been through their situations, you really don't know. So I think it's very important that you find somebody who you can connect and relate to, that says, when they say, okay, this is what's going to happen, then okay, well, this is what's going to happen. So that has been a very eye-opening for me, and I want to give back, because that's how I got through it. I didn't get through this alone. Nobody goes through this alone, and nobody should go through this alone. It's very hard. It's very demanding. It's very exhausting. Some days you just don't have the energy, don't feel like it, and I've had strangers that have just motivated and lifted me up. It helped me. Even my dog, I rescued a 14-year-old chocolate lab a month before I was diagnosed, and I swear my previous 2 chocolate labs sent this dog to me, because if I didn't adopt this dog, I would not have made myself get up out of the bed at 7 o'clock every single morning to walk this dog. I would have stayed in the bed, a little bit feeling sorry for myself. Okay, well, you got to get up, and you got, so this dog motivated me to get up. So, I didn't do this all on my own, and everybody's like, oh, you're so positive, you're such a great person. It's like, yes, thank you, but I don't do this myself. I get the energy and the positivity and the encouragement through other people, so it's amazing, and you need to, pass it on, because there are other people that are just getting diagnosed yesterday or next week or whatever, and they're like, what do I do? What do I, what to expect or whatever. And that's what I told my everybody, my radiation oncologist, my medical oncologist. If you have patients that are newly diagnosed, give them my name, give them my number. I am more than happy to reach out and talk to them and if they want to vent or whatever, because I get it, and that's what I needed. I don't know if that's what other people need. I can just assume because it's what I needed. But if it is, I'm here to help. So.
Amen. Well, now you know why I'm the way I am.
I do, and I get it. See, that's just it. I get it. Is you're there? If you need me, here I am, and it's amazing because it's an amazing resource that you get that you can't get in a book. You have to get it through somebody else's life experiences that you can share, that you have in common. It's one thing just somebody says, oh, it's going to be great. This is what's going to happen. That you're going to be fine. No, don't tell me I'm going to do fine. I want somebody else who's been through what I'm going through to tell me I'm going to be fine, because they went through it, and they understand, and they did it, and they were fine. So.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing. So I know people say, I'm praying for you, or let me pray for you. And we're not saying that that's not what we want. It's just that we need to have, we need someone that's really going to make a difference internally, and I always say, I wish I could help. I wish I could thank every single person that prayed for me. I got letters from people in Georgia, Atlanta, everywhere in the country that I never met, and maybe I'll meet, maybe I won't, but I just hope they know I lived. And I prayed for you, but again, just because I pray for you doesn't mean that, I knew the outcome was going to be like this right now. I just wanted the outcome to be what it is right now, that I'm able to speak to you a day after your last radiation. We can smile together. We can say, man, it's been 6 months, and I cannot wait to give you a hug and congratulate you for making it through, because just because you believe, you still have things to do. You still have to make it through. This is perfect for the ending of this segment, is what is one word that you can think of right now, Weezie, through this season of your life, that you can give to people that maybe can give them hope when they're going through something they don't believe in, or they don't know how to get up out of bed, or they're feeling sorry for themselves, or they're whatever, and that's okay, because we understand that we all have our cancer, right? We survive our own cancer. It might not be the disease, it might be something else, it might be depression, it might be loss of somebody. But what is one word you can give us, Weezie, today that maybe can touch somebody?
Well, I actually have 2 words, and they go together. One is acceptance and kindness.
Okay.
And both of them start with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And that is something that I work on, and everybody has to work on every day. Be kind to yourself. You don't recognize yourself. You're not the person you once were. Be kind to yourself, because you're going through something greater than you ever imagined that you would go through. And unless you've gone through it, you don't understand. And acceptance. You have to accept it before you can move on. You can't change anything until you accept it. So when I accepted that, okay, I have cancer. Okay, I'm gonna, have to have surgery and, the scars and the chemotherapy. I accepted, okay, I'm gonna lose my hair and stuff. But once you accept it, you can move forward. And so, in moving forward, you can help yourself and help others. And you don't, like I said, you don't do this on your own. I always make my post. Yesterday, I didn't do it. We did it. We finished it, because I didn't do this on my own. Everybody, it's just the kindness I got through social media. People, like you said, all over the world sending prayers that I've never even met. That is, I just can't even emphasize how much that helped me. Just the kindness of strangers. So to this day, people reaching out. If somebody reaches out to me and, they have, whatever they're going through, take the time to comment. I've always told people, if you need anything, you let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. I've been there. This is what my experience was. It may not be your experiences, but this is what I went through. And if it can help anybody else, then great. But like I said, the kindness of people that you just, it doesn't take 2 seconds to either just drop a post or leave a comment on somebody, because when somebody feels so down on themselves, they don't recognize themselves, they feel like, I can speak only on my experiences. There was a time in the beginning where I felt fat, I felt ugly, I didn't recognize myself in the mirror, I didn't feel sexy to my poor husband. I was like, oh my God, how can you say, you still, I know you love me, but how can you say that you're still attracted to me? Because I'm fat, I'm bald, I've got these scars all over me. I mean, and so but once you just get through it and give yourself the grace and the acceptance that this too shall pass with time, and that's what it takes, time. So
Amen.
So it's amazing, but it doesn't take anything to be kind to others. Nobody knows what other people are going through.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't lose my hair, you would have never known I had cancer. Mm-hmm. Because I was in such good shape. The radiation, I could hide the burns and the blisters, but you would never know. So, and people that go through cancer, not everybody has to do chemotherapy. So when you see somebody out, or somebody does a post or whatever, you never know exactly what they could be going through the cancer, but they may not visually, you don't get it, you see it,
Correct.
So you never know what people are going to do. Just be kind.
Amen.
Kindness.
Well, as I listened to her talk about acceptance and kindness, I remember giving her one word when I met her in person in Miami at the seminar last year, and it was selfish. And I had said that to her because one thing that I had to learn was I'm the giver. I'm the one that always gives to everybody. I'm the one that's always looking to be a blessing. This is before I had cancer. I was always that way. All cancer did was reveal that I had a purpose and that I had to share a bigger story. I literally looked at Weezie and said, you will tell your story. You will overcome this, and you'll be sharing it, and you'll feel just like I do, that every day is a blessing to be a blessing to others. But right now, when you're going through this season, you have to be selfish. Now, I have to define that word because selfish to a lot of people is negative. But even at this time that we're going through under quarantine, sometimes you do have to be selfish. Sometimes you have to step away from everyone and take this time to think about your life. What is it that you really truly want? And what makes you happy? When you go through cancer, everyone's trying to help you, but no one really truly can unless you accept them. Like she said, acceptance goes both ways. But being selfish means take care of yourself because you cannot take care of others, and you certainly cannot take care of the circumstances, but you can take care of you. So I hope that word really truly means something, and kindness comes after. Now she's overcome it. She's over her radiation, she's over her chemo, and she's on her way to a full recovery in God's, I pray every day. And not only that, will she hit the stage? I pray she does, because I hope that people get to witness and overcome her and really get to listen to her story. It took for me to get back in shape for people to listen and pay attention to what I had to say, because they couldn't believe the before and after. So her before now is an after, and now their recovery will become a blessing, and now she can be kind to everyone in ways that she never expected. I want to thank Weezie Owens for sharing her story with me again, and especially just the day after radiation. Truly special to me. I could see it, I could visualize it, and I could pray about it, but now I'm able to witness it. And there's nothing that I can ever say that's better than that. I'm able to witness another miracle in my life, and I'm so blessed to know you. I want to thank Weezie for her word of kindness and acceptance. And I leave you today with my message like I always say. Find hope, have faith, and live every day with purpose. God bless you guys, and I hope and pray that her story is shared all over the world, and she can become a witness to what is truly possible, even through cancer. Good night.